Hello, hello, my dear friends, you've reached Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. She'll help improve your fitness, but there's also so much more. 'Cause here are just a few things that this channel has in store. There's bar and there's Pilates and there's belly dancing too. And many styles of yoga, so I'm sure there's one for you. Then watch her practice piano string from right within her home. She's in such big condition, she'll outrun the metronome. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. They're the best place on the internet, the very best by far. It's not just the piano, but the ukulele too. The guitar and violin are even more that she can do. She does so many different things, it's hard not to lose track. I nearly didn't mention that she posts on her Substack. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. Yet controversial topics may be brought up for discussion, but try not to provoke her or she'll swear at you in Russian. And sometimes certain topics can make quite a big impression. So remember, you take part at your own risk and your discretion. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. You might even meet the leader if you're quite a loyal fan. She's got a fixed male cat, but she's so desperate for a man. We've really got it all, then you couldn't ask for more. So sit right back and watch Elena shave a 3 or 4. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far.
Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Elena's Bar, Low Impact Full Body Workouts. I'm today by myself, guys. I decided to run a shorter live stream presenting my recent article that I wrote on my Substack. Why do good men avoid women? So we're going to have some fun, okay? If you have some questions for me, feel free to drop them in the comment section, okay? Otherwise, we'll get into this article. Just a quick disclaimer, guys, before we start reading it. If you don't want to be mentally challenged, please skip this video, okay? And also skip reading this article because it's going to frustrate a few women there, okay? And by a few, I mean quite a few. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it, okay? So let me add the article here. I'm going to share screen, and here is my article on my Substack at Elena's Bar. You can go and support my content there. I occasionally write articles as a summary to our interesting controversial discussions with the Resurgence of Sanity guys that we have on Saturdays at 9:15 a.m. Pacific on my YouTube channel. And also the Resurgence of Sanity guys have their own show on Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. Pacific that I highly recommend you to join. And yeah, okay. So here's the article, guys. Why do good men avoid women? Okay, so in this article, we are going to explore the main reasons why men avoid women today. It's going to trigger some women. So please don't read it if you don't want to be mentally challenged. It's been a while since I've talked to women about relationships, so let's have some fun here. I know that this article will frustrate a lot of women. I just hope that a few women who have some humility and accountability for their own actions will learn something from it. Keep in mind that I'm talking in generalizations here that require some abstract thinking. Generalizations are used to recognize patterns, predict highly probable outcomes because history tends to repeat itself, and yes, it may lead to stereotyping. But people with higher cognitive abilities use stereotypes to draw conclusions because they tend to be statistically significant. I'm not interested in anecdotal evidence and special unique experiences because exceptions don't make rules, at least not in the scientific-based world. So let's explore the main reasons why good men choose not to deal with women today. The first reason, women are toxic, high maintenance creatures, especially the ones on social media. They are proud of the fact that they are high maintenance Bentleys and not some cheap maintenance Toyotas. And guys, I've heard it many times. A lot of women on social media say these things, okay? So it's based on true content out there. They expect men to fund their fancy lifestyle, constant cosmetic surgeries, hair, nails, buy them luxury clothes, jewelry, accessories, take them on expensive dates and trips, and they can't afford themselves. I can afford a bare minimum myself. I want a man to give me princess treatment that I can't already get myself. This is the logic that they are operating under. So women know that all of these fancy items are a waste of money. Even if they say they can afford these things, they will use their money to buy all that crap while they rely on a man's income to pay for their survival bills. And we've all heard this phrase in the red pill community: what's mine is mine, what's his is mine too. They want men to invest into them with negative return on investment, the rate of return. And every time I bring it up to them, they usually ignore or they don't like it. Okay, they say that I'm dehumanizing them, which I didn't come up with this term that men are supposed to invest into them. So yeah, they are like a black hole, very entitled gold diggers. No matter what a man does, it will never be enough for these women. They are always unhappy. They will always find new things to demand. You ask them, what do you bring to the table? They say, this, while pointing at their pretties. Don't you get it? I am the table. And watch, Tredcon women and Tred wives, they are sneakier about it. They say, we bring family and kids, but we retain custody in case you men get out of line. Isn't it what you men want? Yeah, but in reality, they all bring negative dowry, a huge student loan and credit card debt that they expect a man to pay. They also have a high body count, which signals that they are incapable of pair bonding with one man and staying loyal to him because they fucked around. Women today don't need men to survive. And honestly, until that changes legally by laws, it's safer for most men to stay away from marriage and having children. They want chats for fun fucking and beta providers for provision. Rarely can these categories of men meet in one man. This is why we see women dating, also known as fucking, the pickup artists, and marrying the Tredcon simps. The reason why good men don't mess with these women is because they don't want to be ruined by these women. So reason number 2, why do good men avoid dealing with women today? Women are petty. They destroy men's reputation by falsely accusing men on social media and in the divorce court. They do it for social proof and benefits. Many women come up with false stories, lies about their ex-husband and ex-boyfriends, hence Me Too movement. Many married women who are dressing provocatively and saying nonsense on social media are belittling and publicly humiliating their husbands to get more attention from random strangers on the internet. They, by their behavior, are demonstrating that they are non-exclusive with their husbands, and given the opportunity to cheat, they will gladly monkey branch. If not right away, because they can still raise their own overinflated virtuous value, first in the eyes of their simpy husbands who tolerate this bullshit, and also in the public eye, but they are always keeping their options open for later. Honestly, these women ruin any attempts men might make for decent women who are not on social media, because we live in a society where other people's actions impact our lives. So men stop trying to approach women because it's safe to assume that all women are like that, avowed, right? Because all women have the same female nature. After all, everyone is paying the price of antisocial behavior of women. Please watch our live stream that we did a while ago with the Resurgence of Sanity guys about cluster B personality disorders here on my YouTube channel. Okay. Then reason number 3, men avoid committing to women because women prioritize social media and external attention instead of privately serving and helping their husbands in everything they can. They use their husbands and children to build their own brands and virtue signal for public veneration. That, by the way, invites open relationship on her end and closed on his end. Please watch Women Want Open Relationships on Elena's Bar YouTube channel. We did a live stream not that long ago about this topic. Many women even publicly quote the Bible, which they are not supposed to do according to the Bible, but it doesn't stop them. They are violating God's hierarchy and design because they put themselves on the pedestal above or equal to their husbands. When the Bible is clear on God's hierarchy, first comes God, then a man, then a woman, then children, and then animals, right? A woman cannot find God by herself through her own godliness and virtue. She's supposed to do it through her husband, which puts her under him, not above or equal. We analyzed content and behavior of traditional conservative women and so-called tradwives. They are all guilty of it. They desperately need men to give them marriage, commitment, and kids because they don't like working from 9 to 5. And in exchange, they offer some peace, some respect and love, some support and appreciation without changing the family law to benefit men, which we will discuss later. Women can never be the source of peace because female nature is chaotic. Women bring chaos, destruction, and drama. Look at these protesting women in Minnesota. Aren't they the representation of peace? And look, ladies, if you think that those women are batshit insane and you are not like them, cool your jets. Cool your jets, ladies. All women are like that. Avowed. We all have the same female nature. We are all crazy and insane, especially when we get emotionally triggered. We need to be externally restrained by our men and by laws. And when neither of that happens, we become unruly, unmanageable, rebellious, feral women who belong to the streets. It's a feature, not a bug. Female nature is what it is. Women were not meant to be left alone without discipline and restraint. So the only difference between crazy protesting feminists and traditional conservative women is strategy and implementation. Crazy feminists blame everything on men. Tradcon tradwives blame everything on evil feminism. In both cases, women lack humility and accountability for their own actions, and they want somebody else or something else to take the blame for them. We call tradcon women and tradwives neo-feminists because they expect men to fix the mess they created. They expect men to empower them by giving them marriage and children that they can use later in the divorce court as weapons against their husbands. And data proves it, guys. The nastiest divorces happen with the stay-at-home moms. And these women don't have any intentions of giving up the feminist freedoms that empowered them to begin with and that gave them all of those benefits that they're experiencing. Which leads us to reason number 4, why good men avoid women today. Men avoid committing to women because the family law is not on their side, no matter what they do. It doesn't support the natural authority of men over their wives and children given to them by God. Men can't be men in their own families because their leadership is limited by her limited submission to him. If he fulfills his husband's duty by imposing boundaries and restraint on her and his children for their own later well-being, she can complain on him to the church elders, to the judge. She can deem whatever restraint she doesn't approve of as financial, physical, or emotional abuse. And society and the court system will fully support her. If she feels unhappy, she can leave him for any reason. She can poison his kids away from him, and she will get paid through alimony and through child support to destroy him and his kids' legacy. And some of you might say that you don't limit communication between your kids and their father, to which I would say that kids still meet their father on your schedule, and they learn from your attitude how you treated him before, during, and after divorce. They learn from church, school, and other institutions. They learn from social media and the big media that men are replaceable and superfluous. They are supposed to shut up and serve you. Hence, no respect for the father, the patriarch, without whom there is no stable family and society. Women are not incentivized by the legal system to behave well and stay in the family. Most men only want one woman and children from one woman, and they can't have it because women are not externally restrained by laws. Encouraging men to marry women and giving women children in the current system is enslavement of men that leads to disaster. We already have so many children whose lives were ruined by the system and single mothers. In today's society, marriage equals divorce. So here is the conclusion, guys. We're almost done here. Just propagating marriage and family without changing the legal system in men's favor is not enough. Smart men figure it out and they avoid marriage and having children. Also, ladies, virtue signaling on social media, slightly adjusting your appearance, tone, and expression, saying all socially acceptable things against feminism without changing the laws that enabled feminism to begin with is not enough. It won't change the outcome. Your actions speak louder than your words. Some women might get lucky that a few simps will wife them up, but these are not going to be the men that these women want and have respect for. In which case, I would say to these women, be grateful, suck it up, you got a great deal, you got lucky because a sucker wifed you up. Shut up, be loyal to him, and privately serve your husband. Each day, more and more men are becoming more aware of what's been done to them and to their children, to the children of other men. And you can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Men with their actions are collectively telling you that they are not buying your bullshit anymore. Men are done. They are exhausted, and they don't want to do what the system tells them to do. They don't want to be the slaves to women and to the system anymore. If you want good, strong, dominant, masculine men to commit to you, you might have a chance if you give up your power and control. And it's not superficial. I want to be a well taken care of wife and mother, where I take care of kids and a husband provides, because you already don't want to work full time. You're giving up something you already don't want, which is useless. It's give up your automatic custody, alimony, and child support. If you actually care about the well-being of your children, you should give up 100% custody to the father, because data says that kids are better off with their father than single mothers. The custody must go to the patriarch. It could also shrink divorce rates. Women should not be encouraged and paid to leave their husbands. They should be legally restrained from doing what they want to do. Proactively changing family laws in men's favor would be good for everyone. men, children, and even women in the long term. But the only way for us to truly learn the lesson, we have to go through all the pain that forces us to accept that there is no way back to the good old days. Yeah, please let me know what you think about it. Do you agree or disagree, and why? And let me stop sharing it. Join us for interesting discussions with the Resurgence of Sanity guys on my YouTube channel on Saturdays at 9:15 a.m. Pacific. And please support the Resurgence of Sanity guys on their YouTube channel. Join them on Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. Pacific. And here you go. I see Doug MPA. How you doing? Great to see you here. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hi. Anyway, guys, I'm done here. Let me know what you think, okay? And I'm looking forward to seeing you in our other activities, okay? Remember to please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot, and it helps us to bring more awareness to men so that they can save themselves, okay? I'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.